Starting a business does not require money, and yes, you heard that right. Plenty of businesses started with zero capital whatsoever because they got paid before they built anything. When you get this right, your customers become your investors. It's totally possible for anyone, and it's possible for you. I'm going to walk you through exactly how. In 2025, all you need is an internet connection, plenty of enthusiasm, and a way of creating value that people want to pay for. That's it. We do not need to overcomplicate business. Your master plan has 5 simple steps. The first is talk to people, talk to successful people. Deal flow means people flow. We do not start enough conversations with strangers, but starting conversations with strangers is the key, is the ticket to the future business of your dreams. People want to talk about themselves, so just start conversations with everyone you meet. Chat to business owners about their journey, ask them what kind of businesses their friends run, talk to people who look successful and find out how they made it happen. You don't need a million business books, you just need to talk to people who have decided which game to play and have won it, and they will tell you their secrets. This might look like hanging out in coffee shops in the business district of the city that you live in, seeing someone, saying hi first and asking them a really good question. It might mean reaching out to people on LinkedIn and saying hi and getting a conversation going and building up a network from there. But the idea is that you repeat this daily until speaking to strangers becomes normal. A pro tip is to start building your CRM, because this is your network, and you've probably heard the phrase, your network is your net worth. So write down the name of everyone you meet, remember what you talk to them about, remember what they're doing, remember what they're good at, and build this list of people who are familiar with you. Even if you don't have a business idea, these will be people that you can tell about your business idea in the future. And because you've had this great conversation with them, because you've asked them all about themselves, because you've gotten a level with them, they will be people that you can tell about your next move as soon as you know it. The next thing is to pick your perfect customer type. So in the conversations you've been having so far, you might have started to gather this idea of the types of people you want to work with in the future. Maybe there's a couple of people who you've spoken to and they're in the same industry, or they've got the same job title, or they do the same role, and you think, it would be actually really cool to work with people who do this and work with more of the people who do this. Right now, I work with coaches, and I knew that I wanted to work with coaches because when I was 21, I got assigned a business coach on a graduate scheme that I was on, and it completely changed my life. And I thought, oh my goodness, this is a role, this is a profession that is changing the world for people. I want to work with more of those people. I want to help coaches do more so that they can change more people's lives in the way that my business coach when I was 21 changed mine. You might have an idea already of the types of people you want to work for and you want to work with. Write that down. Find out where they hang out, look through your list and see if you already know any. Ask your friends, do you know anyone with this job title? Find them on LinkedIn. Aim to get as familiar as possible with those people, which leads me on to the third thing, find problems worth solving. The dream customer that you have written down, they have problems. They have things that keep them up at night that they would pay money to solve, and this is your business idea. If you ask people in the right way, they will tell you their problems. They'll complain about stuff, they'll share what keeps them awake, what frustrates them the most, and what they wish they could change, and your job is just listening and taking notes. And then eventually, their complaints become your business plan. You don't have to do this in person. You can do this on LinkedIn. You can find a way of saying to someone, what's your biggest challenge? You ask enough people and you will get answers. When you get the answers, write down the exact phrases that they use. Get to know how your dream customer talks. Get to know how they talk about their problems, because those words and phrases are going to be things that you eventually use on your proposals and on your landing pages, and things that you will want to keep in mind when you're building out your business, when you're creating your offer. At this point, if they're mentioning loads of problems, you want to look for frequency. You can't ignore frequency. The things that keep coming up are the biggest problems. They're the biggest things that people want to solve. The fourth thing is to link these problems to money. Not every single complaint means a paying customer. Some people just complain about stuff and they don't have any intention of spending money to make that problem go away. But you want people who will spend money to make a problem go away, because that's money that they're going to be spending with you. And that is what creates your business without you needing to start with any capital whatsoever. So you need to figure out some way of taking the next step. And this might mean asking the direct question, which can sound really cheeky, but you could probably do this in the right way. Asking the direct question, if I made that problem go away, what would it be worth to you? Maybe in one lump sum, maybe on a monthly basis, how much would you pay to make that problem go away, and get them to tell you? Because somewhere there is a solution that links their problem with the amount they're willing to pay and what you can provide, and that's your business. So then in this conversation, and literally everything I've said relates to just talking to people, understanding them, understanding their problems, finding out what they would pay. But in the conversations, you can test different offers. You can ask maybe what they've paid before for similar solutions. You can find out if they prefer a one-off payment or monthly payments. You can get the specific numbers of what they would pay, and then you can only proceed with your business idea when you know the money's there. Too many people barrel forward with this business, with this offer, with this fancy website and fancy product before they even know they've got demand. You need to create the demand first and then build the product to fill it. And this brings me on to the last point, which is secure paying customers first. Get commitment before you build anything. Get commitment before you take the next steps. You can agree on a price and payment terms up front. People are so used to paying up front for products and services, even remote services. It's just not a thing anymore. It's so unbelievably normal. You can charge by the hour. You can charge for a result. You can charge them the exact price that they told you that they wanted to pay to make their problem go away. Tell them exactly what they'll receive. Tell them exactly when they'll receive it. And a pro tip is to give them a deadline and then beat it so that they know that you are someone who has really high integrity and that they can trust to work with going forward. And then do exceptional work that exceeds their expectations. For your first client, go so unbelievably over and above to get a testimonial, because once you've got a testimonial, once you've got a case study, once you've got this example of when you did amazing work for someone that achieved a result, you can take that testimonial and that case study and you can turn that into your second, third, fourth, like 10th clients. This is exactly what I did. I set up as a social media manager in 2011 and I said, hey, I'm going to run your social media. It's going to cost this much. I knew that this was a problem that someone had because they were like, I wish I could show up online, but I just don't have the time. This is how much I would pay for it. And I took that contract, I did exceptional work, and then I asked them if I could write up the case study and tell other people about it. They said yes, which people invariably do. And then that's what I took into conversations with new people where I said, look, I've done this work. This is the outcome it received. Can I do the same for you? None of this is complicated. It's all doable. It's all possible. You only need one client to say yes before you have the confidence to go ahead with other ones. And then all of a sudden you've got a business and you've built it from scratch. As long as you keep your standards high, this will continue to grow. And every new happy customer could bring 3 more. And then you don't even need to work on sales because you've done the hard work, laying the groundwork, talking to people, coming up with an offer and doing a great job. Building a business with zero money works when you follow these steps. You do not need a team. You do not need a fancy office. You don't even need a website. Get clients first and then go from there. So often there's so much hate around selling your time for money, but I really think that's stupid because once you sell your time for money, you have money and money gives you options and you can use that money to hire a team to do the work for you in the future to your high standards. You can use that money to invest in AI tools that mean that you can scale your impact to infinity. You can use that money to go on vacations and your work then funds your amazing life. You can keep charging more as you get more experience. Maybe you'll just like swapping your time for money and that's totally fine too. You don't need to listen to the people who tell you that you need to build something scalable from day one. Just find one person to pay you for one thing that you do and you have the start of a business that you can grow. So this is the process. Talk to successful people about themselves, define your dream customer, find out what their problems are, find out what problems they will solve with money, get their commitment, and then go ahead with solving their problem with the work that you do for the price that you have agreed. There is no excuse not to try this and you will be forever grateful that you did. Hope that's been useful. If you haven't yet got your first customer, let me know if you're going to try out any of those tips. If you're already past this stage, let me know how you got your first customer. Let's share our examples and our stories to help more people set up on their own without needing money to get started. This is another day of posting every single day on YouTube. Hit subscribe to see all of the new videos whenever they come out, and I cannot wait to see you in the next one.